Okay, the vlog this week is so special to me and so personal, maybe a little too personal, because for the first time ever, I'm sharing our birth story because Wolfie turns 2. On his 2nd birthday, I was feeling very reflective. I was kind of thinking about the first 2 years of his life, and then I was thinking back to my pregnancy, which started in Canada, went to Turkey, and then he was born in Kansas City on May 9th and just had his 2nd birthday. I cannot believe it. But I'd never talked on the vlog about my pregnancy, why we had a scheduled C-section, my experience with the C-section, what I feel about it moving forward, and tips and tricks if that's the direction you're going in your pregnancy. So feel free to share this with anyone who's pregnant and if they're contemplating different ways to have a baby. Either way, bringing a baby into the world is the best thing ever, and it is not the easy way out having a C-section. That's all I'm gonna say right here. But in this whole vlog, we are celebrating Wolfie. We have so much fun. We have an impromptu, huge neighborhood birthday party, and it's just a really great day. Also in this vlog, we head into Covent Garden for a night out, me and Sam and our buddy who's in town. And then I also go to the Tate Modern Museum with my good friend Rachel here. Turns out we are not serious art folk. But we had a lot of fun, and mostly had a lot of fun having lunch before. So I hope you enjoy this vlog. It's a special one. It's a very special one. Our baby is growing up. Bye. Good morning, guys. A couple things. One, good news for anyone curious. My skin is clearing up, and I feel like I can say that confidently because I have spoken about it, that I think the protein powder is messing it up. I don't know, but I'm really happy. My skin feels kind of dewy this morning. I'm on the Centella cream by Arborian. Anyways, that's item of business number 1. Next up, I'm excited to kick off this week's vlog with a very cool event tonight. I've been asked to speak to a group at Soho House about women in business, women in sports, my career, my journey. I hope people show up. I have no idea what the turnout will be like. But it's going to be in this gorgeous room at Soho House in Soho, the Dean Street location if you are familiar with London. And I'm a little nervous. So before I get glam, I've got some momming and cocoa melon to do. I'm wearing this really beautiful suit tonight from Reese, so I'll make sure I link that in the video description. I'm so excited. I will have Josie from our marketing team film some of it so you can get a little sneak peek. They're pretty strict on recording there, but since it's an event, I think we can record a little bit. Okay. See you there.
Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to Inside the Conversation with myself, Azania Stewart. One that happened this summer. Do you know what I'm going to say? I was doing a big charity event at Lambeau Field with the Green Bay Packers play, and I was up on a stage. You know, the whole bit. It was quite a big event, and I was interviewing on stage the current CEO and president of the Green Bay Packers. And for whatever reason, I forget what I was trying to say. It doesn't matter because I said the word dick twice. And I like blurted it twice. And their head coach is now retired. Nick Saban is like the most revered coach of all time, and he's also like the scariest coach of all time. And this is my first and only time covering him. Just spend the day with me, lunch, and then fly back and play NBA playoff game the next day. I mean, we were crazy kids. So you know, coming from such a very tough
story that's very similar is to you hit on shortly how many places we've lived. Right, we've lived in 10 cities, 4 or 5 countries, with a kid, through pregnancies. You have been able to land jobs, and also keep jobs in the Midwest and the West Coast, flying in for days at a time, in and out of the country, stamping passports here, brokered your own deal without an agent. Like, hit on that. You know, sometimes life moves happen, and you haven't been like, well, that's that. You've been like, screw it, well, how do I get this? And now you're still working and as busy as ever, so hit on being able to continue to find work and keep your keep your dream alive.
See, I love this man. Yeah. I think when we came here to London last year, when Sam first signed with the London Lions, it felt like kind of any other move, like, oh, it's probably 1 year, right? And everything seems to shake out as like 1 year. And I was just falling in love with London. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a tough one to leave, but it's all right, that's the business, we got this. Then he signs a 3-year extension. And I'm like, you know what? There's NFL here. I've covered the NFL for 10 years. This is my wheelhouse.
Okay, event has wrapped.
Yes.
Headed to dinner. Now this is technically Sam's birthday dinner. We're going to Noble Rot, which is one of our favorites. We went here one time with my mom and dad. And it was so lovely. We were going back. He is hungry. What did you think of the event?
It was so good. You did amazing.
Thanks, hon.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Greek Street. There we go. Okay, everyone just left, so we have this little room to ourselves.
London's newest crib.
No. Okay, he can't finish his joke, so he's just gonna make noises. So we both ordered dessert and a dessert wine. And they brought out a birthday dessert.
For 30-year-olds.
30-year-olds only. Editing that part out. But I'm glad everyone's gone so we can actually show how magical this restaurant is. Okay, opening birthday presents the morning of Wolfie's 2nd birthday.
A dino.
You got a dino? Who's that from?
Big stomp.
Big Stomp. And this one's from Haley. I put this in my suitcase all the way back from the States.
Got a picture.
Yes!
A big one.
We are so grateful that Aunt Haley got something because Mama and Dada really didn't. Oh, that way. You're so smart. How old are you?
Big.
You're 2. 4 hours later. Wolfie hasn't said a word. He's received exactly 2 gifts, one of which has been in my mom's basement for about 5 years. Well, I don't know if we're ever gonna leave this apartment all day because he is so happy playing with his new toys. Yay, Dino birthday shirt. I like your smile. You wanna see it? Doing this new smile. Wolfie, can you show me your smile again? So last year on Wolfie's 1st birthday, we were here in London and Sam had ankle surgery on the day. So we did nothing for the birthday. I think we blew out a candle when Sam came back from surgery, but it was bleak. This year, no surgery, but we're right in the middle of playoffs. Sam has a game tomorrow, an away game tomorrow and a home game Sunday. I was thinking a lot about his birth, because his birthday is kind of like an anniversary for him and me of like when we went through this, and we had a C-section, so we both literally were in surgery, and it just brings back all these memories that you kind of otherwise forget about. And you know, we went in at like 6 in the morning on May 9th, and by 8:30 he was born. We had a scheduled C-section because Sam was playing in Istanbul and had to fly in, so we knew if we scheduled the delivery that it helped us ensure that Sam could make it. But as I got closer to my due date, I've never talked about my birth story before, so this is kind of it. So my pregnancy started in Toronto when Sam was with the Raptors. We were so excited. We announced the baby's born. We got like mini Raptors jerseys. And then he was cut in November, right after we announced we were pregnant. And we waited around for like a month to make sure we got the best offer possible because Sam was playing so great. He was so healthy. Like, we wanted to be picky about where we went next, and we were expecting. And we got this great offer in Istanbul. We loved Istanbul. He had played in Ankara, Turkey the year before, so we were familiar with it. It was an offer we couldn't refuse, and it felt familiar enough, and I said, let's do it. So most of my pregnancy then took place in Istanbul, which was lovely. I really missed so many doctor appointments. I felt so good. My doctor, we did all the big ones. You know, I went back to Kansas City for most of my appointments. But then once we were past like 5 months or so, I was kind of like, okay, I'll see you before we give birth. Hi. But I just felt amazing. But she said, you've got to be on a flight back to the States if you want to give birth in the USA 6 weeks before your due date. So April 1st, I came back. My due date was May 14th. We had a scheduled C-section because I thought if I go late and Sam flies back, let's say May 14th for this delivery, if I go late, he's going to ultimately have to fly back to Istanbul to finish the playoffs. And if I go early, then same thing, he would have missed it. So we decided the earliest they could do a C-section, I think especially with like days of the week that they're in the OR, it had to be May 9th. So that's how Wolfie's birthday was picked. I wasn't like scared of pushing, and I wasn't like, oh, I need a C-section, because that's a really tough recovery in itself. But I very much felt like Sam being there trumped a lot of things. And my sister had had 3 C-sections with the same doctor. This doctor was my gynecologist going back to high school when I started seeing a gynecologist. I was so comfortable with her. She's an alderman at our church. Like, she's amazing. It's a she. I loved that. I wanted it to be in our house in Kansas City because we had set up a nursery. It just felt like the best decision. If I had to, if a baby was born mid-season, I would have it in the country we lived in. But to have it right at the end of the season, it felt like a good... For our first child, let's be around family, in our home country, in our home. You know, instead of in a small rented apartment with no friends or family, and then have to worry about getting him a passport to even go back to the States. So, long story short, but these are things you have to think about when you live overseas. Hi, baby. People are scared to give birth either way. Either way is very hard. It's more like, do you want to take your pain up front or later? Because when you have a C-section, you are in bliss. It is not bad. I remember the spinal tap or epidural or whatever it is, that's the local anesthesia that makes you numb, like basically here down, collarbones down. Sam says he saw some of my organs like pulled out on a table because he was looking over the sheet. My next C-section, because now you kind of have to stick with them. You can do a VBAC, which is vaginal birth after cesarean, but I feel like I had such a good experience. I'd like to do it as many times. However, my doctor asked me straight up, how many children do you think you want to have? And I think Sam and I would like 3. And she said, okay, because if you want, 4 or 5 kids, you really shouldn't do a C-section with your first, because you should do as few as possible. Because it builds up a ton of scar tissue, and it is a procedure. And finally, my favorite thing about the C-section was that I was so aware and with it and in no pain and happy, and I got to hear him cry. And I mean, just the feeling of hearing him cry is like the best thing in the world, because you're like, oh my God, it's your voice. I can hear your voice. I've been picturing you, I've been feeling you. Now I can hear you for the first time. It's amazing.
Heads out, shoulders out, and hi. Happy birthday! And baby looks very proportional. Looks perfect.
Oh my God.
And then they bring him up around like the sheet, and Sam's right here behind me, and they bring him around, they lay him on my chest, and you're trying to look, but you can't really see much. So I'm just like looking at his hands and his feet, and he wrapped his hand around my finger. Hi, baby. You did. You wrapped your hand around my finger. You did. Made me so happy. Oh, it was just the best. It was the best thing in the world. And we had the best nurses around, and they were helping take pictures and video, which I've been told to just ask, and they will. I think people are scared to ask, but these are, I watch these videos and pictures all the time. They make me so happy. The first time meeting him, it's probably like the most treasured thing in my phone. I was so happy. He was going to be a Taurus. Sam is a Taurus. My mom's a Taurus. And those are some of my favorite people in the world. It's 2022. So it's still kind of in the post-COVID era. So we were only allowed 2 guests, and one of them was Sam. So the other one obviously had to be my mom, and she got to meet him when he was just like an hour old, which was amazing. I am an hour post-op, and I'm taking the video of that because I'm aware enough to know how much this all means. As little as he was a string bean. He was 6 pounds 7 ounces. He was long as can be. And Sam and I still laugh at all these pictures. He was so long and skinny. And I've got to throw up some pictures on here now because you've got to see what this kid looked like coming out. Because he was so thin. And had big eyes. He looked kind of like a lemur. And now he's just the cutest thing in the world. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh.
That's Wolfie.
That's Wolfie. 2 years old.
Cheers it on.
Say happy birthday, Wolfie.
Happy birthday, Wolfie.
Kept a journal for Wolfie since December 2021 when I was pregnant with them in Istanbul, like I've talked about. And I'm just updating it for his second birthday, writing all of his milestones.
Yeah.
Isn't that the sweetest best boy? And that he can count to 15.
Count 15.
Yes. And he loved dinos and cars. So I'm writing to him. I highly suggest this if you're expecting, because keep a little diary of like where you are, what you guys are doing, like how your appointments are going, all this stuff, because I promise you, you'll forget it. August 2022. We're about to do it again. We're moving to London. Dad went last week and you and I go in a couple days. I'm gonna write until it's full, and then next pregnancy we have down the line, I'll do it all again for that baby. It smells so good back here. This little path, these little woods right by our house. So fun little plot twist, our neighborhood is having like a street fair tonight with live music and fresh baked pizzas. It's his birthday party. It's a gorgeous night. Wolfie, you ready for your cake?
There walks down the streets, why am I short of attention? Why did I hear?
So nice.
He wants to stay at his birthday.
Stay at your birthday.
Quick birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wolfie. Happy birthday to you.
We're going to play at a new playground. Thank you. Big Ben. Do you see Big Ben? There it is. Okay. Here we go. You say bye, Ben. So this is St. James Park, which is right by Green Park and Buckingham Palace, and it is probably my favorite because of all the people. There's so many ice cream stands and little bars and cafes. See over here, Wolfie, it's so green. Oh, London is such a different city when it's warm. That's so fun. Yeah, let's go get that boat. And right through there is Buckingham Palace. You see? I got you ice cream. Doesn't even want it. Fine by me. King Charles is there because the flag is up. King Charles. This is where our night ends, taking the Green Park Station home. Such a nice night. It just feels like peak summer. Everyone's outside over there having picnics. It's just lovely. Special memories with my boy. Okay, here is our night. Watching Sam's playoff game here. Opened a bottle of wine. Wolfie is watching Blippi. Got him showered in just a couple minutes. Made some meatballs and rice, which is his absolute favorite dish. And it is almost 9:30, and we are about to go to bed. Yes, Wolfie goes to bed around 9:30. Usually closer to 9, but he's been napping so long. So yeah, the end of a great day. Hello, good morning after Mother's Day. Sam and Wolfie are on a walk, and I'm working on something secret. I didn't film at all yesterday. It was Mother's Day in America. Obviously, we're still here in London. So Sam said it didn't really count because we celebrated Mother's Day when it was UK Mother's Day. Anyways, long story short, but he did forget to say Happy Mother's Day. And I was very upset about that. I know you're on Instagram and I know you see everyone else wishing their wives a Happy Mother's Day. So he felt so bad. And right after his playoff game, he ordered flowers to the house. Let me show you, they're beautiful. I don't care if they're late. See how beautiful. See how beautiful. So, anyways, I did get to Mother's Day after all. Today was a playoff game and they closed out that series. I really should have posted because we did a lot yesterday. It was 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which in London is like scorching. It was amazing. Everyone in London was outside yesterday, except us from the hours of 1:30 to 3:30 during the game. But the girls and I went out for drinks before. We had so much fun. We all got like dressed up because it just felt so festive. And then after the game, they won. So all the guys met us. We went out for dinner. Again, sitting outside, just like enjoying the weather. Today's not as great. That means there's only one game of the season left, and it's the championship game, and it's played at no other location than right there at O2 Arena, which is exactly across the river from us. I'm working on like a little end of season gift for Sam, and I think I've kind of outdone myself here. I'm kind of crafty. I'm kind of an arts and craft gal. I just kind of threw this together in like a couple minutes, but I think it looks pretty cool. I'm waiting for the paint to dry right now, but I want to show you what I'm doing. They get this fan mail, and I've cut some of it up along with some pictures from, actually this one's from last season, but it's such a good picture. Put it on this canvas. This was in a fan mail. It says Bloody Splendid, London Lions for Life, and I know Sam loved it. He's like, that's the most British thing ever. So I got this canvas, and I painted Deck in red, and then I'm gonna Mod Podge it. I always feel like I'm saying that wrong. On here. I just feel like cutting out these pictures like really finely, kind of make it look like almost a comic strip, which looks really cool. And then that's just a picture strip from a photo booth of me and Wolfie and him. This one, You're My Favorite Player and Hero. That's from some fan mail. This is from his locker. I cut that up. Dekker there too. These are some of the bumper stickers. I cut that up. So I just thought it'd be kind of a cool tribute to another great season here in London. And I'm waiting for this all to dry, and then it should give a nice like glossy finish over all of this. Okay, here's one coat of the Mod Podge. So it's kind of drying. It should be a little bit more clear as it dries, but I think it's looking pretty good. Like it's kind of fun, kind of random. I think you'll be surprised. I think it's kitschy and cute. So it's looking all right. I'll show you the finished product when it's done. Okay, we are heading to dinner at the Nomad Hotel. We have a buddy who's in town. We're gonna go meet him for dinner. And I just got this package from Zara and kind of threw together this look, and I gotta say, I really like it. I really do. It's like this high-waisted matchstick navy pant with these pleats, and I know it fit like a charm. See, they're kind of short because I have them in another color, and they're just amazing. I'm wearing them in an extra small, and then I'm kind of in my waistcoat era. This is the waistcoat that goes with it. Americans call it a vest. And then kind of last minute, I remembered that I had this jacket that went with it with the navy lapel. I wore this at Super Bowl. It's by the 8 sign. Oh, I love this jacket. So, kind of threw together this last minute look. Brown shoes, brown bag. Brown always goes with navy. Okay. Very pretty. Okay, just pulled up at the Nomad. Covent Garden, right by the Royal Opera House. Love coming over here. Just finishing up dinner and I cannot get over how gorgeous this place is. Can't stop taking pictures and videos. That's where we had dinner. Down in there. Lobby level, the lounge. Man, this is sexy. Now getting a final at Hunter's Hotel. There's Hunter, there's Sammy. The Rosewood doing a full little tour. Wow. Oh, this is gorgeous. Sam's getting nervous with all these bikers going by. Get my keys out of my purse.
No, I just said nothing's smooth when girls have bags, have the tiniest bags. It's gotta be in here, it's gotta be in here somewhere.
It always is. Always is in here.
There can't be that many things in there unless it's Mary Poppins bag.
There are a lot of things in here.
You got lip gloss.
I have a comb.
An ointment of some sort.
Ointments.
Your hemorrhoid cream.
Stop. I don't have that. Okay, hello. It's a beautiful day in London on the Thames. I'm meeting up with my friend Rachel, who's a fellow expat, fellow American, living here in London. And we are gonna go to the Tate Museum, Tate Modern Museum, to go get cultured, look at some art. But first we're gonna have some lunch here at the Swan, which is right by Shakespeare's Globe, in a very cool part of London. Let's go check it out. Rachel, are you shocked? Disturbed in every way. Yes. We're trying to be so cultured, but it's really hard. It's never gonna happen. We just saw the most disturbing exhibit at the Tate. We're trying to be mature, but we think we're too blonde and too American for this. We had a lovely lunch.
Well, the wine was great.
The wine was great, the food was great, but we feel like we're maybe missing something.
We need a tour guide, needless to say.
Yeah, but
things are done.
Yeah, a lot of body parts. And not that we're prudes.
No, but too many for my liking. That's all I was gonna say.
Too many like toppled up on top of each other.
Yeah, there was a lot of togetherness.
There was one painting I named, I thought was very astute of me. I named Pubes on Attack.
You did. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. That was nice. I like this one a little bit more. Okay, this is for sure been my favorite thing yet. That is so cool. Are they all just radios then? And they get like more modern at the top, I think? That. After one, oh my god. This is so cute. I mean, a quick little cuppa before we head home. Alleyway and shooting some content. Rachel's doing her first little bit of influencing. Shooting some content for the coat. So, luckily we're getting some great shots because we found this amazing little spot. Okay, it is the day before the championship game. It'll be played right there. I have the art I've been working on, but I want to surprise Sam with it. I want to surprise you with it, so you'll see it in the next vlog. I'm so nervous for the game. That's when the next vlog will start. See you there.